I feel like my reading mood is really good at the moment, so I've decided to challenge myself for the upcoming few days and try to read for at least 2 hours every single day. These 2 hours can also include audiobooks, however, I want to do at least 1 hour of physical reading. I have been feeling a little bit distracted lately, hence why I'm definitely trying to push myself a little bit to pick up a physical book instead of just playing on my Nintendo Switch or grabbing my phone or listening to an audiobook. So at least 1 hour of physical reading. So let's take a look at the books that I'm currently reading, because I am reading Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I am about, well, nearly halfway through, and I'm enjoying this one so much. This is the first book in the Fast series trilogy, which follows a bastard named Fitz, and he's going to be trained as an assassin. It is quite slow, but I feel like it's going to pick up, and so many people are loving all of Robin Hobb's fantasy series, so I'm definitely, I definitely want to finish it. And today I've already read for half an hour in this book. In a bit I'll tell you how I'm like tracking my reading, but I've already read for half an hour today, and I'm also listening to an audiobook, namely Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. This is a reread for me because I have the second one that I'm really excited to read, but I kind of forgot a little bit what happened in the first one, especially with the ending, so I decided to reread this one on audio, and I've also already listened to a lot today. It is currently 11:15 in the morning on a Friday. I have not started any of my work, however, I've been cleaning my entire apartment, which was the perfect time to read my books. This morning when I woke up, I immediately read for like 15 minutes in Assassin's Apprentice, and then when I was cleaning, I just listened to the audiobook for hours. And then I had a little 15-minute reading break to read Assassin's Apprentice. So let me tell you how I'm tracking my reading, because I rediscovered the app Forest. This is not sponsored, but I forgot how much I love this app. It's basically an app that helps you focus. So for example, if you want to focus for 15 minutes, you can set a timer, and then a little tree will grow in your forest, and you can tag the timer, for example, reading or audiobook or studying or cleaning. And when you set the timer, you cannot go on your phone or like to go to different apps, otherwise your tree will die. So today I've already focused for 2.5 hours, half an hour of which was physically reading from Assassin's Apprentice, and then 2 hours of listening to my audiobook. So that's going really well. I've decided to divide the timers into audiobook and physical reading, but I already messed up this morning and I accidentally put physical reading when I was listening to the audiobook. So I kind of have to, whenever I'm physically reading, turn on audiobook, and then, oh well, to make sure that at the end of this day, it will be at least 1 hour of physical reading. But it already says that I've been doing 1 hour of physical reading, but I don't know if this makes any sense. I'm just very excited for the upcoming few days to, hopefully read a lot, hopefully finish this book too, because I've been reading this one for like a week now, but now I'm finally like into it, which is nice. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. I really hope you're going to enjoy this reading vlog and this reading challenge. Before I can get back to reading, I have to start work, I have to pack some orders, and yeah, just do some computer... Oh, my mother is playing Word Feud with me. And just do some work on my laptop, computer work for my business. So let's get working, and then let's take some reading breaks in between. Finished packing the orders, and I was editing a vlog and just had some lunch, and I'm already way past my like audiobook goal for today, but I've read for half an hour physically. So what I'm going to be doing is go on a nice walk, do some groceries, recycle some paper and some trash, and then go and read a cute harbour that is near where I live, and just read that for like 15 minutes, half an hour, we'll see how long. But the weather is lovely, it's a nice spring day, so go for a little walk and read my book. Okay, got back from going on a walk, went to the supermarket, needed some paper towels and some flowers. It makes me so happy just getting some fresh flowers every week to put them right there because these are getting quite old and I just love the look of having fresh tulips on my table. Lots of groceries. I had quite an eventful hour. I walked outside to recycle the paper, this big box that I still had, and suddenly I was like, wait, why don't I hear my keys like jingle in my bag? So I checked my bag, my keys were gone. So I walked back to my home to see if they fell somewhere on the floor, on the ground. They didn't. Then I realized maybe I left them upstairs in my door, because when I leave my house here, I have to close it manually and then walk downstairs, and then I can just open the big front door. But I suddenly thought maybe I left them in my door. This has never happened before, but because I just had so much stuff, maybe I just forgot to take them out. So I went back to my home. There are a few people who live inside the same building. So I pressed all the doorbells, just like hoping that someone was home, and no one opened the door. Pressed it again, and then suddenly someone opened the door and my keys were still up here in my door. So that will never happen to me again. In the 5 years that I live here, this has never happened before, and now it happened once. And luckily there was someone home. Otherwise I either had to call my mum or my boyfriend or two of my friends who are all working at the moment because they have some spare keys. But thank goodness. So I was stressed, and then I was like, okay, I've got my key, now I can relax. So then I went to have a lovely 15 minutes of reading outside in the sun by the harbour, which was lovely. And then I did some groceries. So I'm going to unpack those groceries now and get back to work. And then if I read for 15 more minutes physically, I will have already reached my physical reading goal as well as my audiobook goal. But for now, yeah, 15 more minutes of physical reading and I will have read for an hour. I'm so into this challenge already. It really helps using that app, because when I just set a timer, I can still go on my phone if I want to, but now every time I'm like, oh, I want to check something on my phone whilst reading, I can't. Well, I can, but then my tree dies and I don't want that to happen, and that really, really helps. So I'm loving this app. It is 6 o'clock and I have already reached my goal for today in total. This is just crazy. Okay, I've been listening to much of the audiobook, but I focused or read for 3.5 hours today. 2.5 of those I listened to the audiobook, and one of those I physically read, Assassin's Apprentice. And this is what my little forest looks like right now. I love it. I think this morning I was on page, I think 120 maybe, so I read around, well, nearly 50 pages on nearly halfway through. This has been a very successful day already. Tonight I'm just going to have a cozy evening. I'm going over to my boyfriend's place right now and hang out there, and then tomorrow morning I'm going bouldering. I think it's just called bouldering in English as well. You know, the climbing without the ropes. I did that once before, I think over 6 months ago, but we've decided to do it again because my nails are now really short, because I've taken off my be-up and just giving my nails a little rest. So now they're really short, so I can do that again. And apart from that, I don't really have that many plans this weekend, so I will definitely get some reading in as well. Oh, and while cycling there, I'm going to listen to the audiobook, which will be exactly 15 minutes. Good morning, happy Monday. So despite having a very busy weekend, because as you saw, I went to play pool, I went bouldering, I went to 2 museums, and had some lunch. It was just a very busy weekend, but despite that, I still managed to read 2 hours every single day, which means that I have finished my audiobook reread of Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia. I still don't really know how to pronounce it. Encyclopedia? Encyclopedia? Oh well. I finished it. I finished the reread. Unfortunately, I liked it a little bit less than the first time I read it. I don't know. I'm gonna give it like 3.75 out of 5 stars, this reread, but you know, I'm happy that I can read the second book now, which I'm very excited about. And Assassin's Apprentice, I have this much left, so I read quite a bit this weekend and I'm so excited about it. Also this one, I feel like at first I was a little bit more into it. It is quite slow and not a lot is happening, but I've heard that the second and third book in this trilogy are amazing, so I'm definitely finishing this one because I want to know what the hype is all about. But it's a little bit slow at the moment, not a lot is happening, but yeah, definitely finish it. But I want to start a new audiobook, however, I'm not really sure what, so yeah, I don't know. I might reread another book or something, but I'll keep you updated on that because I'm going over to the Swan Market store in Delft today to work there for a couple of hours because I sell my products there. So I'm working there for 2 times a month and I'm going to cycle there, and if I find an audiobook I will listen to an audiobook, but if I don't I'll just read more physically later today, so I will keep you updated on that. Also, my hair's looking really good at the moment. I got this nice Olaplex hair oil again because I remember using that like a couple of years ago and loved it. But it's quite expensive, but I thought I'm gonna treat myself to it, and now it's just so shiny and silky. So yeah, I went on a long run this morning, washed my hair, did like an everything shower, and oh, this is the perfect way to like start a week. Okay, so it has been a couple of days since I've last vlogged. However, that does not mean that I have not been reading, because this challenge is going so well, because I finished Assassin's Apprentice, I finished my reread of this audiobook, then I also started reading, like physically reading this one, and I am over halfway through another audiobook. Let's talk about them. First of all, I finished this one. In the end, I enjoyed it, but I was not blown away by it yet. I think I'm going to give it like 3.75, maybe 4 out of 5 stars. I thought the characters were very interesting, but it was just a little bit slow and I didn't feel like there was that much plot. But it might be really like the start to this series, because the next 2 books are much longer, much bigger, and ow, because the next books are much like bigger, much longer, so perhaps there may be like more plot and more shocking things in there. Like there were definitely some shocking things in here, not gonna lie, but it wasn't my favorite. But I will continue with the next book in this series because now I am a little bit invested, you know? So yeah, I did finally read my very first Robin Hobb book, and I just really enjoy her way of writing fantasy. It doesn't feel too complicated, and I'm interested to see where the next books are going. However, now we are getting into the good stuff, because I started reading Piranesi yesterday, and I'm this much like far into it, not too far yet, but oh my goodness, I am so invested in this story already. It is quite a short book. It says Piranesi lives in the house. Perhaps he always has. Then messages begin to appear, scratched out in chalk on the pavements. There is someone new in the house. But who are they and what do they want? The house is capitalized. There are lots of words capitalized in this book. Lost text must be found. Secrets must be uncovered. The world that Piranesi thought he knew is becoming strange and dangerous. The beauty of the house is immeasurable. Its kindness infinite. This is already so unique, and I just don't want to tell you anything more about it, otherwise I'll kind of give away some of the magic of this book, but I'm very into it, and I have so much time to read this book today, because later today, in like an hour, I am going over to Goes, which is in the south of the Netherlands, because there is a book event that I'm going to. I've already packed my suitcase and I'm going to be selling my goodies there. So I have about like over 2 hours to read on the train in total. So we'll see how far I can get in this one. I'm so excited to continue reading this. I also found the perfect playlist to listen to whilst reading this. It is actually a user-made playlist. It is called Piranesi Inspired, and it is the perfect vibe. My god, they really just made the best playlist. This is what it looks like. Oh, there it is. Honestly, all the vibes in this playlist are immaculate. So I'm beyond excited to continue reading that one. And then last but not least, today I started a new audiobook, namely Emily Henry's new book called Great Big Beautiful Life, and I am already 61% of the way through this audiobook. So that has, I think I've listened to it for like 3 or 4 hours already today. I can't stop listening. It is so enjoyable, and the reason I like this one so much, like I've read one of her other books, I can't remember which one, but I enjoyed it. It was like a really cute romance, and that's of course what she's known for. However, I'm not the biggest romance reader, but then my friend Michelle told me that this one, her newest book, kind of feels a bit like a Taylor Jenkins Reid book, because it is a historical fiction and it focuses like more on, well, not necessarily more, but there's like a nice even distribution of romance between the two main characters, and then also the person that the book is about. So basically you follow these two characters. They're both journalists, and they're kind of having this competition of who can write a biography or an article, can't remember what it was exactly, about this famous woman. You know, most of Emily Henry's books are very much focused on the two main characters and the love, and you know, will they get together, won't they get together, and then all the things in between. But this one definitely focuses on that as well. However, it also focuses so much on this famous person, Margaret, and I love that because I love Taylor Jenkins Reid books. I love historical fiction, especially when it's about like these famous people and how they have these like quite mysterious lives that the main characters are uncovering, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So that's why I'm already 60% of the way through this book, and I started reading it today. So my goodness, this is going so well. I'm loving this challenge. I've already made a very big forest on forest, and I keep growing these trees. I'm loving it. I'm in such a good reading mood, and I'll keep you updated. But I need to get ready to go to the event and finish packing some final bits, and then I'll talk to you soon with some more reading updates. I don't know how long I will keep going with like these 2 hours a day. For now, it's going really well, so you will see. Let's end this vlog and let's talk a little bit about this reading challenge of reading 2 hours every single day. It has actually been like a week or two since I started this vlog, and for the past few days I haven't been reading 2 hours every day. However, this was just a very successful reading challenge for myself, and I read a lot. First of all, I finished Assassin's Apprentice, of course. I am halfway through Piranesi, which I am loving. Then I finished the audiobooks Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, Emily Henry's book, This Great Big Beautiful Life. I forgot the name. Great Big Beautiful Life, which I loved. I'm giving it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. And I've read 2 of her books. This one is definitely my favorite. And then I've also started listening to a new audiobook, namely The Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Laurie Gilmore, which is, I believe, the 4th book in that cute, like, small town romance book series. So it's going very well. I'm loving this challenge and I'm in such a good reading mood. So reading 2 hours every day will make you read more and will make you finally finish some books, because it was a long time since I finished some books. But now in May, I've already finished like 3 or 4, something like that, so it's going very well. This was such a nice challenge. I'm excited to continue reading this one and to finish this one hopefully soon, but you will hear about that in a future video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you want me to do more of these type of reading challenges, definitely let me know in the comments what type of reading challenges I can do. And yeah, I just really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to comment something but you don't know what to comment, make the comment section look like the cover of this book. dark blue and gold. Thank you again so much for watching. I really hope that you are having a gorgeous day, and I will hopefully see you in my next video.